So now that we've gone over a couple examples, we're going to move on to how you can avoid being victimized by scams. So next slide, please. So the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency offers some helpful tips like, again, being suspicious of unsolicited phone calls, visits, or email messages from individuals or companies asking about your personal or financial information. Look out for general salutations if they're not addressing you by name, just a hello customer. Grammatical mistakes and spelling errors in emails. Don't answer phone calls from unknown or unsolicited phone numbers. And remember, banks are not going to call you and ask for your information. We already have that information. If you see an unsolicited email that you're not anticipating, just delete it. It's not going to do you any harm as long as you don't click on anything, any links in it, or download any PDFs, Word documents, whatever from it. So our first step is review the request. If you are unsure whether an email, text, or call is legitimate, try to verify it by contacting the person or company directly. And here's the very important part. Do not use a phone number, an email address, or a link provided by the caller or the email. If the caller gives you a number to call, don't call it. If the email or text provides an email to call, don't respond. Instead, go to that company's website, go to their Contact Us page, and call the number posted on their official page. If you use the contact information provided by the sender and they are a fraudulent party, they do an excellent job of impersonating legitimate companies to try and trick you. It should also be noted that you shouldn't use the numbers off Google. So if you Google a company, sometimes it pops up with a number. Sometimes those can be old, so it's best to go to that web page and check out their Contact Us page. Leading into our next tip, ask questions. I call my customers every day and people question again if I'm real all the time, which is, again, great. As previously stated, I thank them and tell them to contact their local branch and their branch will get them in touch with me. I love it when this happens because they're questioning what's real. They're not just accepting I am who I say I am. So if someone calls claiming to be from your bank and they need you to verify your debit card number, stop and think, why does my bank need to verify my debit card number? Shouldn't they already have it? Or, when someone from the FBI calls stating that there's a warrant out for your arrest and you need to pay them in gift cards, stop and think, does the FBI or any federal agency accept gift cards payment to dissolve your warrant? And the answer is no. Next, we have slow down. Listen to everything and don't jump to conclusions. It can be very scary when you get a call from someone claiming to be the FBI or a friend of your grandchild. But ensure you follow the above tips and slow down before you make decisions. When you are flustered, you're more likely to make impulsive decisions as you fear what could happen of what the caller is telling you. So just take a few deep breaths to process what is happening and perhaps involve someone else to look at it with you. Next, we have understand the situation. Understanding everything they say is important to determine how you respond. Try summarizing what they say to ensure you fully understand what they are trying to tell you. Sometimes what I do in interviews is I summarize everything that they said to me, but I change one small aspect of it or crucial detail to see if they correct me. If they don't correct me, I know that they're probably not telling me the full truth. If they do correct me, they might be a little bit more legitimate. So this tells me, if they're listening and if they're ensuring that I understand what they're trying to communicate to me. So, after you have summarized everything they have told you, this is a good step to understanding, what is going on. Next, we have look at the entire picture. Looking at the entire picture after you have summarized everything allows you to note any contradictions in the person's story and capitalize on them. Often, if you call someone out on the contradiction, if they're fraudulent, or question something they said previously, they will likely hang up on you. If they don't, you'll notice that they start backtracking quickly or become flustered or frustrated. You need to take a look at the entire picture to make sure you're not missing any of the details. And our final step, especially if you have any of your information was, provided to the caller, following up with your financial institution, your credit card companies, and potentially one of the credit bureaus is vital if the caller has any of your personal information or banking information. Banks can add messages to your account for extra security if you believe your account is breached. The sooner you report it to them, the better. This puts us a step ahead and allows us to act faster to prevent any potential fraud on your accounts, and identity theft. So these are steps we also provide to employees when verifying customers or reviewing strange requests. This helps us determine the validity of the request, which can also help you not be victimized.